Welcome, Taurus. This is your July 2025 forecast. And for you, the most influential transit is going to be the full moon in Capricorn on July 10th. And that's going to highlight your career and finances. So a spotlight is going to be on your professional foundation that may bring some clarity or allow you to bring completion to long-term ambitions. And you're being guided to really anchor into grounded manifestation techniques through rituals and just being grateful and expressing gratitude for what you've built. And we do see these are not burning as bright here, so we'll try to get through the reading with it, but my apologies if they do go out here before that time. So once I get into it, I don't be paying attention and I don't even realize that they went out. So let's see how you're showing up here and what your focus is going to be. So we do have the Queen of Cups here. So you are looking at what's providing value to you from an emotional standpoint. So you may be even considering leading with your heart and doing what your heart is guiding you to do. So you may be in this place where you are trying to figure out, like, do I go with my head or do I go with my heart as it relates to my career and what it is I love doing? Okay, so you're really trying to figure that out. You also have some burdens that you are focusing on releasing, and you also have opportunity to step into a new portal. So you're trying to decide as you're manifesting, as you're showing the universe what it is that you're desiring at this point in time, you're figuring that out and what that's going to look like. Do I tell the universe I want, this particular 9-to-5 job in this industry? Or do I tell the universe that I want to be an entrepreneur, a very successful entrepreneur? Do I tell the universe I want both things right now? Okay, so this is you really allowing and focusing on this new chapter, this new portal that's beginning, and figuring out like what that means for you from a financial management standpoint and career standpoint. We also have the Knight of Cups here as well. So we're going to look at some obstacles or challenges. So yeah, you may be leaning towards a more matrix type of environment where you have like that steady paycheck, or you may want to stay in that environment as opposed to leading with your heart, allowing your heart to guide you. And it could be obviously because when you do that and you're relying on your gifts and talents and abilities, from an entrepreneurial perspective, selling your own products and services, that's definitely more challenging here. Okay, so we know that that's more challenging than sort of just staying in that 9-to-5 environment. So that may be the struggle that you have at this point in time, because it may not be beneficial. It may not be, you may not feel your finances are in the right place for you to just solely focus on your gifts and talents and making money in that way right now. We also have the Page of Swords here. So you may feel like you don't necessarily have the skills or the abilities to be successful as an entrepreneur, or to go in one area that is a very heart-centered type of approach. And we're just going to say, for lack of confusion, that, okay, let's compare this to like a matrix work versus like a 9-to-5 job versus, you being an entrepreneur. And you may feel like you don't have the necessary skills and the knowledge and wisdom to be a successful entrepreneur at this time. So that is something that you may worry about, and that is going to come up as a challenge for you. We also have the 5 of Coins here. So it may also be your finances may also come up as a challenge. So that may be a reason why that you're feeling like you need to go back to the matrix environment, or you need to stay in that environment, or you need to stay with your employer. So that could definitely come up as a reason why, and how you may be feeling conflicted because you need to make sure those bills are paid. You need to make sure that you do have money, but you do have these other goals that you want to accomplish and achieve. So we do have dealings with a woman in some way. We also have this confirmation here that you will be taken care of in difficult times. So as you see those setbacks coming up, or as you are trying to work through what it is you want to do and where you want to focus your trust in yourself, and that you will be okay either way, is going to be critical. So that is going to come up as a challenge. So if you're able to do that, that'll make things go more smoothly. If you're not able to do that, that may cause you additional stress. Okay. And there might literally, there might literally be a woman or a female in some way that does come up as a challenge for you this month. So it could be in your working environment, or it could be just some contrast for you. So this could be a relationship, or just however you're applying this. It could be someone who is a woman, or it could be like someone that has dominating feminine qualities that comes up as a challenge for you. Yeah, it took a lot to get that out. All right. So let's look at underlying issues. So yeah, you may be feeling bored. You may be feeling like you're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for the abundance to reach you. You're waiting for that fulfillment, you to start feeling that way. And you are like, at this time, like, look, is this happening? Is this ever going to happen? You know, what else do we have here? We have the Hermit here. You may also, as a result of just overthinking things and worrying about your finances, that may be taking away from your ability to be more centered, to be in the present moment, and to focus on your gifts and talents and whatever this is that you do want to explore here. So you worrying about things is taking away from your ability to be successful in these areas that you're desiring. Okay. We also have the Ace of Cups here. Okay, so you may also be worried about business and receiving business as being an entrepreneur, and having those opportunities come through to you and having those blessings connect with you. So that may definitely be something that you are worried about here. And I'm also hearing like, and I feel like we did mention this a little bit here, but the knowledge and wisdom is coming up here again as another factor, as an area where you may be focused or worried. But then also you may be worried about whether you have the emotional capacity to handle that type of work or being an entrepreneur. And there's also something related to like your emotional state as you are executing these gifts and talents. So for instance, you may let's just say tarot reading, because I'm a Taurus and I can tell you this is absolutely accurate, and I'm going to give you an example. Like sometimes, you know, like you really want to be, and this is just from my perspective, you really want to be in a good emotional state when you are doing these readings and you are channeling, because you don't want any of your ego self to come into play or to overshadow and change any of the information that's being channeled to you. So if you're not in a good place emotionally, then that's going to impact what you do. And a lot of times, like, I won't record when I'm not feeling in a great space emotionally. And there is a process and there is a state that you can get to where you are able to do that and you are able to set aside your ego and connect. But that may be just something that you're working through at this time, and you're working on getting yourself to that place and position to where you are able to do that, where you are able to say, you know what, I'm not having the greatest day, but I do need to knock these videos out, or I do need to get on live and connect with individuals. And you're able to do that successfully, even though your emotions aren't quite there. Okay, so that's just an example of what I'm talking about here, where the emotions can also have a part in this, and it may be something that underneath in your subconscious you are worried about. Let's look at your beliefs and goals here. So we have Judgment coming up here. So you are really working to expand your consciousness, and that's the area where you want to grow, where you do feel like you have a really great connection, body, mind, and soul, and you are acting in your highest frequency and timeline that's available to you at this time. So that is something that you are really striving for. That's something that is a goal of yours, and that's something that is a belief. And that does tie back to the example I'm giving, because when you are in that place of where you're able to say, like, you know what, I didn't sleep that well, so I'm not feeling the greatest, but I am ready and I'm focused and I'm, you know, ready to do these recordings, or I'm ready to get on live, or I'm ready to edit and, you know, do the voiceovers and post things, or I'm ready to provide and offer my services and connect with the community and my customers, regardless of the emotional state that I'm in. Okay. So you definitely have the belief that you're able to do that, you're able to manage that. And again, it's just a matter of you getting into that state and trusting in that and executing it. All right, so we have the 2 of coins. Okay, so you may be presenting also like everything's okay, you have it under control, you're not worried about your finances, like everything's good, everything's awesome. You may be presenting that to the world, when behind the scenes you may be worried about that. You may be trying to figure out, like, what is the best option for me, what is the best route for me. You may be looking at your budget. And again, you can apply this to any area. So if it's not finances, it may be another area here. But you really are presenting yourself a certain way to the world. And there may be different reasons for that. There may be different reasons for that, because you don't want others to worry, or you just don't have the emotional capacity right now to share yourself or to be vulnerable. So there definitely could be different reasons for that, and there's no judgments here. But we just are recognizing things as truth, and when they come up, being aware of them and deciding if you do want to take a little bit of a step back, or you do want to show that side of yourself. Is totally up to you here. Let's look at your outside environment. So you have the King of Swords here. So you may also find that, let me see, let me get another card here. Okay, so in your external environment, it does appear that there's a lot of cycles happening, but I feel like this is leading you towards clarity. So there's a lot of honesty, clarity, people, you know, being straightforward and saying what's going on versus what's not, what it is versus what it's not. And there's also good luck. So that involves you having clarity, gaining knowledge, being able to take that truth in as data and processing it on how you want to move forward. So this is a good thing, actually, that you are seeing things clearly and people are being who they are. And you're seeing that and recognizing that, and you're adjusting how you're acting and your energy accordingly. And that's not to say like you're matching energy. That's not to say that. That's just to say that, okay, you know, when someone shows me who they are, I believe them, and I'm still going to connect with that higher self version of them. But I may make a different choice. I may decide not to collaborate with them at this time. Okay, so it's more along those lines of respecting everybody and trusting everybody, but then just making the best decisions for you. Okay, so let's look at guidance here. Okay, so we do have the need, you're being guided to make a plan here. And that doesn't mean that it has to be like a very, very detailed plan, but you do need to have some goals here established for yourself, or some ideas about what it is that you want to accomplish and achieve, and what you're working towards, and jot that down along the way as you're going, because it doesn't need to be complete for you to get started, because you will work things out and you'll receive more and more information, more clarity, more understanding as you proceed. But you really may not get that clarity if you don't get started. Okay, so some things you need to start doing things to figure out, like, okay, no, I don't necessarily like videos too much, but I do like writing posts. I do like doing blogs. And you would never know that if you didn't start. Okay, so you're absolutely being guided to create that plan, high-level plan, start, and more information will come to you as you continue working. So we have resentment, tension, self-sabotage, clouded judgment, and also you're really being guided not to hold on to the past, okay? So there may be some things that have happened to you. You may have had a setback that involves, separation from employment, or just a broken up partnership, or just any setbacks related to finances, or just anything that you may call to mind here. That is what this is speaking of. Letting things go, not obsessing, over analyzing, and over critiquing things that have happened in your past, allowing yourself to understand those lessons and using those lessons as data and wisdom for the present moment and the choices that you're making in the present moment. Because there's a lot of good luck and opportunity and new chapters that are opening and beginning here. So there's a lot of opportunity for success. So it's like, why are you focused on the past, and especially on things that didn't go as well per your definition, as opposed to focusing on the future and focusing on the present moment and being centered and grounded in the present moment and working on that plan of the things that you're desiring. Wonderful. So we do have the Empress coming through, and I feel like this is you stepping into your power and evolving, continuing to grow spiritually, continuing to develop, and continuing to step into your power and making use of your gifts and your talents and your wisdom and your knowledge. Okay, so what else do we have? So we have abundance, fortune, wealth, and plenty. I love to see this because that is the energy that you're moving into, this Empress energy where you are fully in your power and you're protecting, you're providing. This is also giving Queen of Pentacles energy, where you've reset that financial foundation. You bounce back from any setback that you've encountered financially, and you're in your energy of wealth and abundance and prosperity. So that is where you're headed. So the sooner you can let go, the sooner you can allow your blessings and abundance to step in and fill that energy, fill that void. What else? We have win or lose. And there's also this message of you being okay either way. So you really have to trust in your abilities and trust in yourself and trust in source to know that this is absolutely true. Regardless of what happens, you are going to be okay. And the sooner you're able to that type of energy, the sooner you're able to let go of expectations and outcomes, and you can just do things from your heart and make choices from a heart-centered space. Okay, what else do we have? We have shadow. So some of you do have some shadow work, some shadow healing that's going to show up for you. And really, this is about embracing who you are, all parts of who you are, and not defining yourself as a bad person, or a person that's lacking, or a person that's less than, because you do have these shadow aspects that appear sometimes. It's really just there to protect you, to let you know what's coming up, to let you know what you desire, to let you know that it's time to make some adjustments and changes. So this is really information that you can incorporate into the light. You can explore it. You can say, why am I feeling this way? What is this teaching me? What are the lessons I'm to learn from this energy? You can take that, process it, incorporate it, and continue walking in the light that you are. Let's see, what else? We have miracles. That is so wonderful to know, because we have a lot of good luck and prosperity and wealth and abundance coming towards you. And we also have miracles happening. And I'm also seeing like this transformation and change process that you're going through. So you're getting there. You are absolutely getting there. This is so wonderful. What else? So we have hidden depths here. So something hidden is coming to light. So this could be a secret or memory at the back of your mind. And when you expose what's hidden, you become free. So I love that, because that is the exact message here with this shadow work that's coming out here. So this is you allowing those things to come to light, shining light on them, not allowing them to define you. And again, taking the lesson and understanding what you're to be learning and incorporating that into who you are. Not judging yourself for it. Allowing yourself to be who you authentically are, and knowing that you are having a human experience, and that does result in you learning and growing as a part of that process. And we have change here as well. So we see that transformation happening. And for some of you, the butterfly, the dragonfly is of spiritual significance. So you may want to look those up if you feel called to do so, because there may be some messages there for you. Okay, Taurus? So those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful month.